Hey, how are you? I'm Lero, and welcome to the second year of Socks Farm. As per usual, this will be only the spring season with a whole new list of goals to keep my brain on track. This time, the goals are a lot more varied, I guess. I had a lot more things that I wanted to do, and I wanted to try focusing on a lot of new things. So while they may seem small, they were actually a little bit difficult to get through, but I'll just start saying them and we'll see how they turned out as the video goes on. Goal number 1 is to befriend Willy. I'm not worried about maxing out his friendship as that's not really attainable, so I'm going to go with 5 hearts for the goal to be complete. This makes the most sense given that this is at the point that the romance options or anyone else starts to be more vulnerable with the player, yet past the tentative approaches of the other scenes. Goal number 2 is to get a horse. I'm actually pretty close to having enough hardwood, and with the secret woods unlocked, I don't have to use it as sparingly as I have been, which is kind of why I didn't mention it as often. Number 3 is twofold, or fourfold, depending on how you look at it. I would like to upgrade both the coop and barn and subsequently get rabbits and pigs. One of the last bundles that are needed has the byproducts of both these items, such as the truffle and rabbit's foot, so getting this will lead to the completion of the community center, hopefully faster than normal, I guess. Number 4 is to get to the level 25 of the Skull Cavern. This is part of the initiation that Mr. Key gives to the player with a payout included. I also needed to learn more about the cavern and need something tied into it to feel more confident with it, so adding this as like a mini goal would be kind of nice. The final goal will actually be revealed later and is definitely more of a whim based on the month that I recorded this in, so be prepared for that, or you might already know. I posted about it on my bluesky. So with that all laid out, let's go into spring year 2 on Socks Farm. Spring 1 opened with a visit from Kent, who I genuinely forgot was coming back, so it was kind of a shock to open the door and see him. Whoops. It was kind of nice seeing the animals able to come out now since the weather had warmed up. I got the letter for the mermaid's pendant from Lewis, so adding that to the back burner. I took care of the crops and planted what I had created into seeds before heading to Pierre's and getting probably a barrels full of potatoes. I planted them and went back for beans because I forgot about them. Leah asked why I became a farmer, and I kind of steamrolled the interaction by going with escaping my old life. When I was heading back to the farm, I ran directly into Sebastian's cutscene. When Sebastian offered to give me a ride, I decided on the option of that sounds stupid because I had read there were no effects for any of the options. I went to the quarry and fixed up the minor issue from last season. After the fix-up, I finished a couple of things and ended spring 1 with 3039 G made. Spring 2, I placed deluxe speed grow on the crops because I forgot the previous day. Pierre notified me about new fertilizers and crops through the mail. I next went to the wizards, who basically told me to leave, so I did and went straight into a Haley cutscene. The photos were really cute. Okay, I see why everyone says that Haley's character arc is the best. I bought a hat from the Hat Mouse and decided to change up my look with the mystery shirt and new hat. I went back to the forest after changing and got a Leah cutscene. I'll catch you on the way down. I'll even like fund like a whole business for you, dude. Not in like a down bad way, but in like a friend way. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I lost that train of thought. Sorry. I sat in the adultery chair and then popped on over to the secret woods for hardwood. I next foraged around some, fished, and ended the day with 5,584 made. Spring 3, Haley and Linus sent a letter. I restocked the preserve jars, checked on the quarry, and decided to upgrade the barn to the final level. In the town, I talked to Sam. I know! I would totally be on board. You wouldn't be skateboarding on anybody's houses. I would totally be on board. What is Kent like? Sorry, I was thinking of him and I was thinking of the cutscene, and then I thought of the cutscene earlier. There was a thought process there. I just ignored all the steps to get there. I picked up and sold byproducts of the animals, made more tea saplings, and went to the mines to reload level 25 for fiber. I checked the monster quest board and ended the day at 1:10 a.m. Spring 4 was a rainy day, which means fishing for catfish. Yes, I now have a proper justification for the catfish tank in the community center, and that is now my Willy altar, where we will all pray to the idol that is Willy for more fishing money. My obsession is now justified. George gifted me 35 stone. I took care of the animals and then went to fish for the day, selling everything in between. It was Kent's birthday, so I got him a gift. So we are got to go find him. Clint. Hear me out. Shut up. Kent. I'm so sorry. There you go. I sold some fishing trash to Willy and decided to buy the mermaid's pendant. I hadn't yet decided if I should marry Haley. I still hadn't decided if it should be on Haley's birthday or later, but after buying it, I went back to the farm for more fishing to end the day. Spring 5, I finally figured out I already had a beehive. It became a set dressing in my head. Like, I genuinely forgot it was there. I moved it to an inconvenient spot, took care of the animals, and chopped trees. I made another keg and went to the Calico Desert. After foraging around there, I went and got 20 starfruit seeds. I next mined at the quarry and got the bear quest for maple syrup. I dropped off a solar essence to the wizard, and then I next cleared the grass for wheat and ended the day at 1 a.m. Spring 6, Emily asked for an apricot. I planted the starfruit and placed the remaining sprinklers in the greenhouse. I took care of the animals, and Thumbelina lived up to her namesake of the 1994 movie. I next made a new beehive and gave Willy a mead bottle. This got him to 2 hearts, and subsequently went fishing at both the beach and farm to end the day with 9,141 made. Spring 7 was a rainy day, and Elmo hatched. Hi. Oh my gosh, look at the baby. Bro, it's a baby. It was a big harvest day for potatoes. At the traveling cart, there was nothing again, so I went home and replaced the harvest with more potatoes. I went foraging for leeks and got Abigail's cutscene. After playing music with her, I opened geodes and gave Gunther a disc for a burnt offering. I had to wiki search Lewis's birthday present and gave him a hot pepper for it. I went back to fishing for the rest of the day and made 6,943. Spring 8, Lewis gifted me the spaghetti recipe, which I think I already got. I don't remember. I harvested strawberries and tulips. I used the strawberries to make seeds at the seed maker. This got me another ancient seed. I planted the strawberry seeds and took care of the animals. Marnie was closed, so I decided to go to the secret woods for hardwood. Afterwards, I chopped trees and stopped by the quarry. I ended the day with a visit to the mines for copper. Spring 9 opened with harvesting blue jazz with their wide arrangement of colors. I took care of the animals and finally realized I got rid of their food source. Oops. Sparky was in the water for the first time that I noticed. I decided on a gifting day and went around giving gifts to people that I came across, including Willy from his clinic day. I next foraged around the beach after Haley made a comment that reminded me about seashells. I ended the day by organizing chests. Spring 10 was a rainy day and Vincent's birthday. I got the salad recipe from Emily and an iron bar from Clint, which I am resisting from looking into. I remember just restock the animal feed and finally fixed the spot where I placed the beehive. I stopped at Marnie's and got a pig named Charlotte. I cleared spots on the farm and went up to Robin's and placed the horse stable. I accidentally bought the mini fridge. So I next got Haley's 10 heart cutscene of her black room. It looks great. I love it. I know exactly what it is. I love police shows. Block the screen. The Yuri is too strong. Vincent got his birthday present of a snail. I went back to the secret woods for more hardwood and foraged around the cindersap forest. I ended the day with more fishing to make up for the misclick of the mini fridge and made 5,826. Spring 11 was the second rainy day in a row. I used the morning to care for the animals and tried to make more ancient seeds from bean seeds. Even though the spirits were displeased, it did not work. I decided to plant all of the rice shoots and fished for the rest of the day, making sure to sell stuff in between. Spring 12, the horse stable was complete, so I immediately went looking for a cute hat and chose the fedora option. I have to name. Okay, should we go like classic, like Seabiscuit? Or we could do like Charming Pony. Oh, we should name Ponyo. Ponyo. I like Ponyo. I hopped on Ponyo, the newly named horse, and immediately glitched through the fence. So I got a letter for the egg festival, and I took Ponyo to the traveling cart and bought the rare seed. I decided to chop trees and came across the mouse, still hyped that I have a horse. I could get a mouse. I could get a mouse here. I love it. Oh my god. Ponyo has mouse ears. Ponyo has mouse ears. Ponyo, you look magnificent. I love it. I chopped trees and came to the conclusion of marrying Haley. Okay, I know I got this pony for Haley, but like, I think we should marry Haley, is what I'm saying. I ended the wood chopping with a total of 539 pieces, so our final goals are the chicken coop upgrade for rabbits and level 25 of Skull Cavern. I harvested the crops and took Ponyo to check on the quarry, where I added 2 of the tappers and went home to end the day with 2,186 mates. Spring 13 was the egg festival, so I spent the morning taking care of the animals and sold stuff before actually heading to the festival. I bought 35 strawberry seeds because I legitimately thought they were 400G and was working of that knowledge. But on the plus side, we now have more than enough to replace all the potatoes. Harvey said something about advising people to not eat 30 raw eggs. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I think Gaston was lying when he said he ate 3 dozen eggs. So I spent about 30 seconds trying to line myself up to get the photo and the cutout thing, and finally got an okay picture. I next talked to everyone and started the egg festival. Oh my gosh, I'm so like socially drained, and I like literally am talking to pixel people. I didn't beat Abigail, but considering she asked if she was too old for it now, I'm kind of glad I didn't. Yes, Abigail, go on you! I planted the strawberries to end the day and watered them. Spring 14 was Haley's birthday, so I am now officially adding get married to Haley as a goal. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot it was Pride Month. Like, it just slipped on my mind until I was recording and happened to pop on the Stardew Valley tag on Bluesky and came across so many artists. I'm really dense in the summer and corporate parade hasn't really been happening, so it's kind of that thing where you're so down that it just kind of floats off into the wind. My point being, I wanted a spring wedding and really didn't want to wait another year, and so I proposed on Haley's birthday. I next went off to give more gifts and went to the quarry. Willy got a honeymead and I went home for an early night of 10:30 with 3,824 made. Spring 15, Evelyn asked for a leak for George, and I went to Robin to move the barn and coop over. And to answer your question, no, I have not figured out how to fix the fences. Don't ask anymore. I dropped off a rusty spoon to the museum and then headed on over to the farm to check luck and realized it was a good luck day. So, Desert Festival or Spring Cavern? I'll figure it out when I get there. What the fuck is a calico egg? I went to the chef and chose the rare fruit and mushroom cream sauce. This got a boost to both mining and luck, so good choice, I think. I chose the 15 Iridium ore quest and apparently read the instruction board, but considering I didn't remember anything it said, I'm going to say it made no sense to pass me, and I did not actually read any of it. I descended into the cavern and got lambasted by a serpent who dropped me to half health. I figured out you could mine calico eggs apparently and activate a cat, so I passed out in the mines without getting to the end of the quest. Spring 16, I replaced the preserve jars and made money to drive myself to the desert festival. I next accepted Willy's quest to catch a scorpion carp, which I got and acquired 50 calico eggs. Abigail and Caroline had a boost, but I didn't get anything. Instead, I went to the OG power couple of Emily and Sandy for design choices. Why'd you put me in shorts? Why are shorts touching me? It's fine, Emily. It was great. Oh my god, the feeling of shorts is on me. I next went to the chef and instead chose the cave loaf and uncomfortably hot sauce. This got a boost to mining again. I took up the 30 levels quest for Marlin today and went back into Skull Cavern. I spent the entire time ignoring the monsters and instead just hopped down levels. This got me genie shoes and oh my god. Okay, Okay, sorry. I don't think you guys know I'm stoked. This is a part of the bundle that we needed that is only available in year 2. Holy shit! I need to calm down. I got to my first level with dinosaurs at about 12 a.m. and was 7 levels away from 25, so probably about 18 or 19, depending on the way my brain was processing it. Unfortunately, today was a failure of the highest degree because a serpent decided I looked tasty. I went home and slept. Hi. Oh my god! I forgot about the wedding. All things considered, aka not having a shower, dying in the mines the previous night, probably a max of 3 hours of sleep. It was a great wedding. Lewis officiated, my NB tendencies acted up, and Demetrius showed his redeeming quality, while Marnie broke the dance floor. Damn, I'm actually so excited, but we still have the rest of the season to go. Oh my gosh, Haley's room is attached to my weirdo room. Okay, I'm so sorry, Haley. You have to deal with my weird ass. I forgot. You would have to deal with me being weird. I thought I could get away with it. Spring 17? Oh, hey, I figured out the fences. It only took 4 seasons. I took care of the animals and then pushed through Shane to get to the bus for the desert festival. That was so mean. I'm sorry, Shane. I get privileges. It's my wedding day. And I'm going away from my wife. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. I delivered a leek to Evelyn for a quest. I next did the chef thing again and chose the hearty beans and pungent garlic. This gave me a +1 attack and +3 defense, which I apparently called useless and went to complete Willy's quest for his rare golden bobber. I got the bobber and went to Sam's booth to buy Sam's old guitar. I next figured out what the race was and lost after choosing the cactus crawler. I did the level 30 quest for Skull Cavern and dove into the mines. I woke up at Harvey's after the serpent decimated me and decided to buy an apricot sapling from the traveling merchant, a lucky lunch from the egg trader, and an artifact trove from the desert trader. I was in bed by 1 a.m. with the wife. Spring 18 was Pam's birthday. I went to the Batcave and acquired many fruits before getting ready for the day, not noticing that the spirits were mildly perturbed. Pam got a drink from the saloon. I went to cleanse to process geodes and placed the chewing stick in the museum, and then I went to give out gifts. I foraged around the valley and eventually came across the secret woods where I got salmon berries and hardwood. I went to bed with level 10 farming and chose the artisan profession with 7,136 G made. Spring 19, Haley took care of the animals, Clint gave the algae soup recipe, and Pam gave the cheese cauliflower recipe. I made 2 new quality sprinklers, made more ore bars, and planted more seeds in the greenhouse. I decided to upgrade the coop to the final level. I opened geodes and got nothing. I next went to the community center and completed the fodder bundle for a heater. I made more preserve jars and dropped them off, and stopped at the quarry to place more tappers and cleared the area to end the day. Spring 20 was a good humor day. I went to Lewis's ticket machine and got 4 preserve jars. I next found Shane for his birthday and gave him a hot pepper plate, which might have actually came from him. This brought him to 6 hearts. I placed the preserve jars by the farm and decided a shed is going to be on the agenda. Okay, I think we should aspire for a shed, because this is getting kind of sad. I next went to the Calico Desert and began the descent to madness. I got the mermaid secret note on a level and came across an infested floor on the next. I woke up at Harvey's and restarted the day with nothing learned. This time around, I gave a truffle to the community center. Shane got his pepper poppers again. I gathered up new materials and went back to the mines. I fell to a serpent. Okay, so I have a backup plan. It's like my backup plan. I went back to the mines. You know that quote by Einstein or whatever? That's like, if you try the same thing over and over again, you're going insane. Yeah, we're at that point because I didn't want to go do the backup plan of research. I got another infested floor and fell to the serpent again. I think I'm gonna accept this. We're gonna sleep. I'm gonna stop this recording session and then I'm just gonna be Googling. because holy shit, I don't know what to do. I got salads from the saloon and delivered stuff to the bear, Harvey, and Penny. I spent the rest of the day fishing. Spring 21, I reopened the game with a plan. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna cut in here. I didn't have a new plan. My plan was essentially the same thing, just more refined, I guess. Essentially what I was going for was to avoid the monsters because the serpents were unfortunately like decimating me repeatedly. So my plan going into it was to basically do the same thing. Okay, the only thing I read was that pumpkin soup was good because it upped your luck, which is apparently necessary. I don't quite understand the mechanics of it, but it was like good. And then the other thing I did was swap Sam's old guitar weapon because no matter how cool I think it is that we can get it, it was a really bad idea. It was slow, and on top of that, it wasn't doing a lot of damage that I needed it to, like no matter how bad infested floors were. So my plan was essentially the same thing, but I also decided to make more bombs, which like good on you, but bro, that was already the plan. You're just shitty at it. Okay, sorry. You can go back now. Bye. Marnie gifted me with 30 hay. I harvested the crops from both the outside and inside fields. I next learned the complete breakfast recipe and that it was a good humor day. I went to the Calico Desert, bought a desert warp totem, and went back into the mines with a triple espresso shot in my system. I spent this run avoiding all the monsters, and I mean all of them. My one goal for the moment was to get down as fast as possible with as few blockages as possible. I just need 4 more levels. Oh my god! I did not just get that. Okay. I'm chill. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and I don't want to talk about it. We'll just see how far we go now. And surprisingly, this worked. I managed to get there at about 8:20 p.m. and fully ended the day at level 29 with 1 goal left to befriend Willy. Spring 22, I woke up to the very first ancient fruit product and a letter from Mr. Key congratulating the accomplishment of reaching level 25. He also gifted 10,000 G. This guy is officially a sugar daddy in my head. I made more ancient fruit seeds and planted them with quality fertilizer. I decided to chop trees in the forest and managed to find spring onions. I harvested them while there and ended the day with more harvesting of forageables, visiting the quarry, and making 1969 G. Spring 23 began with getting a letter from Lewis about the flower dance. I next harvested crops and checked on the animals' greenhouse and made a new keg. I went to the quarry to harvest copper and opened Omni Geodes to only have one thing to deliver of the big site. I read a pamphlet with information on the goblins. I also found out that I'm only a couple more items away from the sewers being unlocked. I finally went to the mines for copper until 10 p.m. and ended the day by selling all the jams or jellies and sleeping by 1:10 a.m. with 14,353 made. Spring 24 was the flower dance. I began the day by restocking the jars and some kegs before heading to the festival. I decided to buy the rare crow and some ceiling leaves from Pierre's shop. The husbands were hanging out together, which somehow made them adorable. I next came across Robin, who said something about the smell of flowers and Jody's hair. That was so gay, Robin. Is that the smell of flowers or Caroline's review? I continued talking to people and just began the dance with Haley as my partner. When the dance was done, I placed the 3 ceiling leaves and rare crow. Wendy gave me more clay, and I ended the day. Spring 25, I took care of the animals and went to the secret woods for more hardwood. I next went to Marnie's and got Shane's cutscene. After waking him up only for him to devastate Jazz, I bought 2 rabbits named Flower and Bambi. Yay, I'm so proud of you, Jazz. Here, have a strawberry. Does she not like strawberries? What do you mean? All fruit? Bro, that's devastating. What do you mean? I just gave Jazz a gift she hates. I next went to give Willy a honey mead, which got him to the coveted 5 hearts. To celebrate, I went home and made 3 oil makers. I went to the train station and ran into Sebastian wallowing about Maru. Like, Dude, your jealousy is showing. I placed more tappers at the quarry and went home to place more kegs to end the day. Spring 26, Haley got a flower and Willy sent the escargot recipe. Escargot? Officially, like, we've reached, like, max capacity of my happiness. I replaced the fences that broke and restocked the kegs and jars. I next took care of the animals and went to the traveling cart where I got the table plant and placed it on the floor of the house. I finally had enough to complete the gifts for a George quest I got at some point and delivered them for 2000 G as the reward. I cleared in front of the animals' homes and went to plan out the farm more by placing plaz in every place. I ended the day with 16,254 G made. Spring 27, Evelyn sent an adorable letter and gifted me a coffee maker, which was quickly placed in the kitchen. I placed more decorations like walls and trees. I rode Ponyo to Pierre's and bought the grass starter recipe and the actual grass starter. I went to Robin's and bought a couple of recipes, log sections, telephone, and a calendar. I went back to the farm and began decorating more, which is what I did for the rest of the day. Spring 28, I fixed up the greenhouse to begin the day. I spent the rest of the day doing this, and I ended the final day of spring making 5,017 G made. I finished the season with all of the goals met and some others set up for the next season. Let me know if you have any ideas on the next goals I should attempt, or if you have any tips. Any knowledge is helpful, and feel free to follow my blue sky if you would like to know my slightly loopy 3am thoughts. Bye-bye! I hate you. That was so rude. I'm procrastinating cleaning my area with this, and he's just like, oh, sorry about the scary state of my house. Like, bro, fuck off. I hate my brain. I was just watching the freaking barrels and it made me think of Human Centipede. I hate my brain. Oh my god, please stop. Or a snake as it's digesting. Oh my god, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. I totally just started that morning and completely forgot to record. Oh my gosh, I'm taller than Haley. I love that for us. Okay, I'm back. I totally got distracted watching Jumanji again. Look at Ponyo and tell me they're not the best thing you've ever seen. Yeah, you gotta be a part of my wacky hat obsession, okay? That's just how it be sometimes. What do you think? Spring year 2, we get a wife? We're not going like full U-Haul, but like, we're close enough. So, Marnie, is Lewis ready to admit, like, anything? It's your shoes! It's Haley's shoes that were squeaking! Okay, Ponyo, I jump off, I go to bed, I sleep in bed with wife, and we sleep. Stressosity. Brain, what the fuck did you just say? Stressosity. What the fuck? I gotta look this up. What do you mean? There's no way that's an actual word that my brain made up and it actually means what I thought it did. Sauce, bro. Oh my gosh, why does it say stressosity and then nutshot? Oh my gosh, it is gonna be the first day of summer. Brain is so dumb.